Don't we love this setup? I love it. It's beautiful. Hey guys, what's up? My name's May and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the long awaited, okay, what's the third installment of like a thing called? Because there's like, you know, the first movie and then there's the sequel. So what's the name for the third? Okay, I'm just rambling. Okay, basically this is part 3 of answering all your questions about CSUDH. If you guys are new to my channel, I am still a senior at CSUDH. I'll be answering all your questions that you guys have asked me about the school, about dorming, about housing, about clubs, the atmosphere, just everything you want to know about the school. I know this is for my incoming freshmen, but also if you're a transfer student, this is good stuff to know as well because you're basically new to the school. If you guys have any more questions that I did not answer in this video, please comment them down below and I'll be sure to try to get and make another video, a part 4, part 5, as many as you guys need, because I know it's such a weird time. I did some research for you guys, so you're welcome. And without further ado, let's just go on to the video. So I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me questions. By the way, if you're not following me on my Instagram, I'm just going to say the questions and then I'm going to put the questions right here up on the screen. That way, if it's your name, you can say it. I don't want to butcher anyone's names anymore. I'm tired of butchering them. I'm sorry, but this is just going to be easier for me. So I'm just going to state the question and then, you know. The first question I got was, how does the meal plan work and what is the procedure for housing? So I actually got a lot of questions regarding the meal plan for housing. If you guys don't know, my school's upgraded since I've been there, and it's really nice, but it sucks because I didn't get to experience any of the new buildings that are happening. But one of the new buildings that they built was a residential hall. That, since there's no like kitchen within your room and stuff like that, there's no place to like hold groceries and all that. So I did some research, and as far as getting to it, I know if you look up CSUDH meal plans, it brings you up to the dining website, and I think from there you're able to figure out how to do it. It's see on housing's thing when they asked, do you offer a meal plan, they say we recommend, they send you a link to that site and then they say we recommend each student living on housing to have at least $2,000 worth of credit in meal plan. If you're living in the residential hall. So I found that there's actually going to be 3 different types of meal plans offered at the school. One of them is called Dining Deluxe, Dining Premium, and Dining Standard. So I think the highest one is Dining Deluxe. I'm going to put up the screenshots here on the screen, that way you guys can see it easily, and if I stumble on anything you can obviously pause this video and read it. But basically, Dining Deluxe, it costs $2,000. Student tax incentive is 9.5% off, additional 5.5% off, a total value of $2,300. The tax relief, I believe that's when you're filing taxes, it takes that off. I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry, I'm very uneducated. Don't know how I'm graduating. I don't know what the tax part relief is, but you can look into it. But this is our most cost-effective plan. The Dining Deluxe is designed for students who wish to eat on campus most of the time. This plan typically is suited for students who are on campus 5 to 7 days a week. The Total Gold tier also provides students with sustainable green container and Soup Buddy. These containers provide a way for students to reduce their carbon footprint, as well as receive an additional 10% discount at Toro Fresh. Pertaining to 9.57 tax relief into the program, buying into the Dining Deluxe will provide an additional 5.5% off, which means a total of $2,300 in front loaded onto the dining debit card. So I'm assuming it's a little debit card that you guys are getting, and this is just where all your meal plans are going to be going. I'm assuming that this is $2,000 each semester, just because it breaks down the average cost of meal, how many weeks, and it says 16 weeks, so that is how long a semester is. So this is $2,000 every semester, so just keep that in mind. It doesn't look like they're offering it during winter break, so if you are staying, you need to figure that out. Break it down, it said minimum buy-in of $2,000, you get $2,300, which you will get 256 meals. The average cost of the meal will be $9 excluding the drink, and then for 16 weeks, 6 days including brunch on Sundays, it is 16 meals per week, and per day, 6 days per week, would be 2.7 meals per day. So it looks like you would have to fend for yourself, like maybe one day out of the week, maybe eat some like ramen, some mac and cheese, microwave that type of stuff, bring a microwave to your dorm. I highly recommend you guys do that. It's the food court. So this is really interesting because a lot of people who do offer a dining program, or you know, just stuff like that, they have like buffet style cafeterias, and that's usually how it is. For us, I'm assuming that we're using the local student union food court, meaning it is only open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. the latest. Hopefully they extend the hours, because that kind of sucks that the cutoff date's so early. You might be in class, you have to figure out your schedule. And it's more so restaurants. So we have Panda, we have Green Olive, the 1910 Cafe, Subway, Every Table. They're like little mini marts that have like food in them. I don't know if this will work at the bookstore. The bookstore does offer food. However, I don't think it's gonna work there, just because the bookstore is not affiliated with the school. I know this because I work there. By the way, that's where I work. That was my job, everyone. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I'm not there anymore. We don't it's not affiliated with the school, so I don't think that card's going to be able to be used there for food. There's Union Grites, which is like little coffee shops. The one in the library provides Starbucks drinks, so you might be able to use it over there. They also offer food at both of those places. And I know they're building, there's the DH Lounge, which is just like bar food and stuff like that. And then there's also they're building a new restaurant. I don't know if it's going to be built by them, but it's by Toro Fresh, which is another one. Toro Fresh is like, basically what this is, it's kind of cafeteria style food. It changes every day. That's where you're going to get the most prepared, not fast food in my opinion on campus. Really up to you how much you want to spend on this. The dining premium level is $1,000 with a 9.5% tax off. Then you get either 2.3 meals per day for 5 days out of the week, or 1.5 meals per day for 5 days per the week. Dining standard is $500, 9.5% off. Get 4 meals per week, 1.6 meals per day for 2 to 3 days, 2.3 meals for 2 to 3 days per week. So I'm gonna upload the screenshots right here by the side, that way you guys can see. I recommend you get a meal plan, because there's no way you guys are gonna survive on ramen. You're gonna hate yourself if you do that, so don't do that. Are apartments available for freshmen? As far as I know, there's nothing that states that they cannot. I remember my first 3 years, I think this was the past year, that they allowed freshmen to live in phase 2, which is the upper class, used to be known as the upperclassmen dorms, dorm apartments. So this was the first year they allowed freshmen to pick and choose where they want to live. But before then, freshmen were typically stayed in phase 1, which was the 4-person 2-bedroom apartments, and then all upperclassmen were in phase 2, which was the 3-bedroom 6-person apartments. But as far as I know, you can live wherever you want. I would really look into the pricing of everything and see what's best for you financially, because there is a big difference of increasing in housing and how much rent is a year and just stuff like that. If you guys really want me to break that down, I totally could, because I researched it and it's kind of crazy. So when do we get to register for our classes, and what list of things needed for a dorm? So I do have a video of essentials that you guys need for dorms. I think I have 2 of them on what to bring and what not to bring, so I'll definitely put them up here, up in the cards. But you get to register for your classes during new student orientation, so you should have received an email about NSO. They have new student orientation throughout the summer. I don't know how it's going to be, since obviously we're in the middle of a pandemic and you can't really visit the campus right now, so I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's typically when freshmen do register for their classes. My biggest tip for you guys is they're going to recommend just 4 classes, 12 units. Do more, especially if you want to finish within 4 years like how I did. You really want to be able to start off good off the bat, so at least do 15 units per semester, because you need 120 to graduate. 15 per semester, there's 2 semesters. 15 times 2 is 30. 30 times 4 is 120. Wow, look at her, everyone. A real mathematician, can do 2nd grade math. So I would just recommend taking 5 classes if you think you can handle it. So Janelle, she asked so many questions, which I appreciate, because I know she was super excited about this video. So the first question is, what is rush? Which I'm assuming she means like sorority in Greek. Like I hope that's what you mean. Rush is when it's kind of just the same, like we say rush Katie Chi, which is the sorority I'm in. Basically getting into Greek life. So the thing about Greek life is none of the sororities or fraternities on campus accept first-time freshmen, meaning we don't accept freshmen who don't have a GPA. So that's typically everyone. So your first semester, fall 2020, you won't be able to join any fraternities or Greek life just in general, just because it's just a standard. We don't do that. The school really wants freshmen to focus on their academics the first semester. Essentially, that's just you joining a frat or a sorority. So it's pretty fun. We do have Greek week both semesters of college, so fall and spring semester. A lot of sororities and frats rush both semesters, so it just depends. And I recommend doing it. I've really much enjoyed my experience in my sorority. I love my sisters all to death, but that's what rush is. Is it possible to have a job, an extracurricular activity, and be a full-time student? And the answer is yes, if you want to make it work. Love you Jasmine, if you're watching this, hey, my sorority sister Jasmine, she had 3 jobs. She had Katie Chi and she had a full workload, was a full-time student, and she still made it work. So it's definitely up to your motivation. I think it's possible. I was a full-time student, I had a job, and I was in a sorority, which takes up a lot of time. So I do think it's very much possible. How are the NAT rooms at CSUDH? So as far as I know, there's only like 3 or 4 pods in the nap room, which was really cool that they added that, because there are just a lot of people sleeping on benches and it's kind of interesting. It's just for like short spurts of energy naps. Like it's not like you can stay there for an hour and nap. It's like for 20-minute naps. You have to reserve a time and you have to sleep in there. I've never personally been in there. I don't know how comfortable they are, but I know people use them. So I don't know, I would just go say try that out for yourself. Is there an on-campus gym for students now? Ha ha ha, I love this freaking question. So the gym on campus is an interesting one.
Hey guys, editing Megan right here. So literally I'm editing this video and my answer to this was so long-winded. Obviously you can see I have beef with this campus gym, so I'm just gonna explain it right here. Basically, the campus gym is mediocre. It has some weights, has a treadmill. Not many people work out in it. My sorority sister only said like 4 people daily go in it. That's because their hours are very, very limited. Like it's 2 hours a day. They recently just started doing like 2 hours at night as well, but I don't think it's gonna cut it. It is free, you just need to sign a waiver, but they're usually open between the busiest times people have for class, so like I don't think it's it. Planet Fitness just opened 5 minutes away from campus in the Carson Town Center. I really recommend doing that. It's $10 a month, very, very affordable. Try to do it during a time where they're doing 0 down and cancellation thing. No contract, there we go. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. No contract. Try to do when that is, that way you can cancel it during, you know, the summer and stuff like that when you're not out there. But yeah, just go to Planet Fitness. It's way better. It has way more stuff for you to actually work out.
What's the best food place to go on campus? So after 4 years of living there, you get tired of the food. I really enjoy Every Table that just recently opened this semester, just because it was new and it was healthier and it was great. The Carnitas Bowl was amazing. Is the school spirit there now? If you guys don't know, CSUDH is very much still a commuter school. Hopefully with this new residential hall, it's going to turn more into a college town, which I feel it coming. It is turning into a college town, which is pretty great, but it sucks because I didn't get to experience it. It sucks. Most of the games for basketball are during winter break, which I don't understand, and that's like our biggest sport is men's basketball. And I don't get why most of the games are during breaks. I just don't get it, but it's what you make of it. If you go to the games, if you cheer, if you do all that type of stuff, then you can find the school spirit. But again, it's still a commuter school, so I will let you guys know a lot of people who do go to school are of minority race, are of first generation, undocumented.
Okay, I'm back at it again. So basically this was hard to explain. What I was saying is like, yeah, school spirit's there. It's like whatever. What I was trying to say is my school is probably one of the most diverse CSUs in the CSU system. We have the highest rate of Latino students and African American students. We have queer students that go here. Everything's representative. and it's more so the minority of everything is what I was trying to say. So my whole thing was saying that there's a lot of pride of going to school. Like, people aren't going there and being like, oh, I don't like this, like, ew. Like, they don't do that. Everyone that goes there takes their education very seriously, because they tend to be the people who are first generation, who, you know, are paying their way to college, who are working extra shifts to be able to go to college. They don't take college for granted. They don't take the school for granted, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the pride of going to school and knowing the privilege of that is very prevalent, and that's what I was trying to say, if that makes sense, you know? What's up? I'm back. Okay, so basically that clip was kind of weird. I don't know what I was trying to say. Basically what I was trying to say was the school spirit's there, but I was trying to say the sense of pride of going to school there is very heavily there, I feel personally. A lot of the students who do go there are of minority race, are undocumented first generation students, and they're typically the students who know college is a privilege and don't take that for granted, or who are working their asses off to even be there, who, you know, have come from struggling backgrounds. Just, they're typically the ones who are seen to fail, quote unquote, but they're, you know. Okay, what up? I'm back. That was not explaining anything at all. So basically I was saying, like, yes, the school spirit's there. Like, a passion for going to college is very heavily present at the school. A lot of it's first generation, undocumented students, minority races, just typical people who you don't see go to. Okay, hi, I'm back. So basically what I was trying to say is the school spirit's there. I was trying to relate it into games, but that didn't obviously work out, but the school spirit's there. A lot of people who go there don't take college for granted. They're usually first generation undocumented minority students. My CSU is one of the most diverse CSU in the CSU system, in my personal opinion, and you can tell that there's a sense of people don't go there just to mess around, to party, to do all that. There's people who have a purpose and want to graduate and know that college is no joke, and they take very much pride in the fact that they're going to college and that they're being able to go to college. So that's what I meant. Like, there is school pride as school spirit at games and stuff like that. Like, that's very little, because like our games don't, like, sports aren't that big there is what I'm trying to say, but like school pride is there, very there.
How was your freshman year? How was Club Rush? So freshman year was so great. Obviously there was some drama that happened, and my roommates know what happened, but freshman year was great. It was my first time away from home for a long period of time. I really grew into a person who I was. I gained the freshman 15. Don't gain the freshman 15. It is terrible. It will ruin your life. I enjoyed freshman year. I loved it so much. It made me miss college even more, especially when I came back. I do wish I reached out to more people, and I did join us, and I wish I joined my sorority back then. That way I had more time in it. But I enjoyed my roommates, I enjoyed making friends, and I enjoyed the classes I take, especially my UNV 101 class, which really woke me. It blew my mind, and I really enjoyed all my classes I took that year.
What's up? So as I'm editing this, I'm realizing that I'm answering this question not really the way I think they're wanting the answer. They asked how is it freshman year, not how was my freshman year, and that's how I'm answering it, and I kind of give a little tips on what to do. But basically, freshman year is probably the easiest year you'll ever have of college. However, even though that it is easy academically wise your freshman year, it's probably going to be the stage that is the most impactful and changing for you, just because you are transitioning from high school, from having no responsibility, into basically an adult. People have higher standards there. They expect you to act like an adult, even though technically you're still 18, 17, around that. You should still be acting like an adult, and that just expectation is there. You're gonna grow, you're gonna love it, it's gonna be amazing, and don't take it for granted. Really step out of your comfort zone, really try to make friends in all your classes, get involved on campus, do what you possibly can to make it a great experience.
Club Rush, so you are able to join clubs if that is something you want to do your first semester of freshman year. There's tons of clubs. The involvement fair is such a great place to go to and browse and see what you want to get involved in. All the sororities and frats will be there. I really recommend getting involved, because getting involved is going to help you, one, make friends, and two, make your college experience just so much better. And I can tell you from personal experience, I wish I joined my sorority earlier. What if it takes me 5 years to graduate? Now, I have a very strong opinion about this. If you want to finish in a certain amount of time, then that's up to you. I don't think it's up to the school. I don't think it's up to the advisors. I don't think it's up to the program or anything like that. I think it's personally you and how determined you are. I was determined before I even went to CSDH, before I went anywhere, I knew I wanted to finish college in 4 years. I didn't want to take longer than that. One, student loans is a pain in the ass, and I'm tired of being in debt. And two, that was just something I really wanted to. I wanted to be class of 2016 and class of 2020. 2020 sucks right now, so I want it, and that's something I had a goal out from the beginning. So I made sure that I took it. It was my initiative that I took to meet with my advisors, look at all my requirements required for my major in order to complete certain units, the pre-request in order to take upper division. I mixed my GEs with my business degree classes. That way I was taking them at the same time, filling out requirements left and right. And I made sure I did that because I wanted to finish. I got accepted into a program that helped me get early registration. Rural Ambassadors helps you finish in 4 years by giving you priority registration. In exchange, you just do some community service and stuff like that. It's really great. So if you are a freshman watching this, I recommend working your ass off your first year, getting A's, maybe a B here or two, but getting A's and taking at least 30 units by the end of your freshman year. That way you get invited to this program, you apply, and you get accepted. That way you get early registration, and that really comes in handy in your later years for junior and senior year when there's those harder classes. I know psychology is very competitive, I know sociology is very competitive for classes, business is very competitive for classes, and you just need to think, I want to graduate so soon, but am I not going to take this class just because it's at 8 a.m. in the morning? Like, there are sacrifices you have to make. If you want to finish in 4 years, then you can finish in 4 years. But if it takes you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 million years, it's okay, because at the end of the day, you have a degree, something that most people don't have in America. 27% of people have attained a bachelor's degree. So it doesn't matter how many years it takes you, you have something that most people in the US don't have, and it's going to be an advantage to you. So don't let, but if you are someone who's worried about student loans adding up and just stuff like that, FAFSA running out, I know that's a lot of factors you have to factor in. You just be determined to finish. The new dorms are beautiful. What? Okay, bye. So those are all the questions I'm going to be answering for today. There was a bunch of questions that I'm probably going to make a part 5 and a part 6 to this, but if there's any questions I did not answer or did not get to, please comment them down below on this video. That way I can make another video for you guys. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, make sure you hit a big thumbs up, subscribe, also comment down below any ideas you guys have for future videos, and until next time, bye!